Oh, Lord. Well, hi, everybody. Crazy Lady's back. I missed y'all. I've been thinking about this. I was going to do this last week. Now I don't think I have anything new to say that I haven't heard from anybody else, where a couple of weeks ago I actually had some good hits. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. One thing I wanted to bring up, and I'm sure you've heard it from other people, but that Ron Johnson in Congress whan about how rich people pay too much Social Security when I think theirs is cut off at, I don't know, 180,000, 260,000, something like that, and then they don't have to pay any more Social Security. And ours never gets cut off because we would never get to that place. And even if they make millions, they don't have to pay anymore. But just for shits and giggles, found out he's the fourth richest person. Ron Johnson from Wisconsin is the fourth richest person in the Senate, and he's worth $39 million. $39 million. And he's out there whan because people are getting Social Security to keep a roof over their head and pay some of their doctor bills. Social Security don't pay all your doctor bills, and it sure as hell don't pay all your medication. So anyway, that's just, and they were the ones that were screaming that they weren't trying to take Social Security away, and that's what McCarthy's talking about too. But I don't think they're going to get a chance to do too much because the reason they're all screaming their heads off about Hunter Biden this, and especially the FBI, wanting to dismantle the FBI and all that kind of crap. They're trying to discredit the FBI because half of them know they're getting arrested. And they're really worried about it. That's what's going on behind this. They're worried about getting arrested. And so I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a mess. And then it's going to come quick, and I think it's closer than we think. Another thing I'm going to say, and of course now I've heard a lot of other people say, so I feel like I've been telling everybody privately that I've been reading for this, but I didn't want to say anything on my videos because I didn't want to scare anybody, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I may have mentioned this because I don't pay any attention to what I say on it most of the time. By the way, I want to thank my new subscribers. I want to thank the people that got readings with me. And about another week, I'm going to be open and totally open for readings. So if you want to make an appointment that's pretty quick, I'm open now, and that's LynnTarotReadings@gmail.com. LynnTarotReadings@gmail.com, readings with an S. And just email me with your phone number, and I'll get back with you, and we'll set up an appointment. And if anybody else gets a hold of you and says they're me, they're not, because I don't solicit appointments, and nobody makes my appointments but me. So you write me at that email and leave your phone number, and that way I can get back with you, and we'll start up. We could text message and make an appointment or call, but anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. But, and I wanted to thank everybody that watches the channel and all my new people that subscribe. And everything is just a mess. I did have one lady that in the comments, her name is Gail Swift, and she wrote some pretty neat questions, I thought. So I was going to, like I said, these are the same questions I was going to do a week ago, and I didn't. But they're not too late to answer these. They're pretty cool, actually. And also, my friend Mark Rhodes always helped. He came up with a couple of questions. But the first ones of these is from a Gail Swift. And I thought this was interesting because I heard him I heard Trump bragging once about he had an insurance policy, that he had something that would keep him from, thinks he's untouchable. So she asked, will Trump use the documents as a get out of jail free card as a ransom? Because, you know, he didn't just have 40, 50, 200 documents. It looked like he has thousands of them. And it sounds probably enough he could blackmail the United States if he wanted to stick it all out there. Of course, if they had his ass in jail, they couldn't do that. But nobody like Merrick Garland's going to put him in jail, even if he belongs there while he's waiting trial. So we don't have to worry about that shit. If it was any of the rest of us, believe us, we'd be in jail. And you know, even if they can't put him in jail, why couldn't they put his friend Walto in there, or Walter, or Walt Nada, Waltine, that's his name. I knew it was more than just Walt. Why isn't he in jail? Just because he's got to brush Donald Trump's collar? It keeps him out of jail free too? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. So people wonder why people are angry and Biden's numbers aren't going up. I know that we're getting closer to justice, and I know that Jack Smith is working his ass off and probably going to get justice for us. Let's hope and pray that he does. But the idea that they're still getting away with stuff that nobody else in the United States would be able to get away with just because he's president, that's ridiculous. That's just totally ridiculous. And anyway, and that's another thing, too, I wanted to bring up real quick before I start reading any of these other questions. I'm going to draw on that other one I was talking about first. Is I was doing the dishes the other day, and I was listening, to YouTube, and Ari Melber came on, and he was interviewing Jim, the old guy. He's as old as I am. He lives in Louisiana. He lives in New Orleans, and for years and years, I don't know if she's still alive because you never hear about her. He was married to a lady named Mary something that used to do, she was a staunch Republican that was always writing up big stories for the news and stuff for Republicans, and had her own show or something. And he was, he used to be one of Clinton's advisors anyway. That old guy that's always grouchy and whatever, always wearing 2 T-shirts usually. And I'm not talking about Trump's friend that wears all the shirts. This is, what in the hell is his name? I can't believe that. I can't remember his name. But anyway, he was interviewing him, and they were talking about how they couldn't believe, first of all, Ari Melber asked this question, and then he ended up answering his own question and didn't even realize he answered it. He asked this Jim, good Lord, can't believe I can't remember his name, but he asked him, he said, why do you think his poll numbers are so low when they've got made a lot of money, which that's because people are desperate to keep Trump out of there. And then they named off all this good stuff that Biden's done, and Biden's done a bunch of good stuff. And then he said, well, then why isn't his numbers better? And Ari Melber and he says, do you think maybe it's because, he says, well, no, he didn't even put it on that. And he says, why aren't his numbers better? And he says, there's a lot of people, he said, that Jim didn't say this, Ari Melber was still going on about it. He said, a lot of people are so busy, and he says, most people are working 2 jobs just to pay their rent. And I thought, you know what, he just answered his own question. But he's asking this other guy, Jim, how come he's not more popular, and here he's just answering his own question. And I know wages have gone up in California quite a bit, they say, and in the food industry and some places. But the only reason it wasn't passed right away as a federal to raise all the wages all over, even to $15 an hour, which right now you can't even live on, was because of a parliamentarian in Congress who has no authority. shouldn't have listened to her for 2 seconds. They should have just went ahead and raised that. It's because the Democrats just, whatever, they're just a bunch of wimps. And then if you have to work 2 jobs and then you still can't even afford a 1-bedroom apartment, something's wrong with the system. So a lot of people are feeling a lot better. There's been a lot of jobs. I mean, don't get me wrong. Biden's not vile and he's not evil, and he does want what's best for the people, and he's definitely the best person to vote for. And I don't care what they keep calling him. He's the same age I am, and I think he's pretty damn sharp. I know he has trouble. When he's talking sometimes, he's always had a trouble with stuttering. He really has to think about what he's going to say. And you can tell that he does, but he's always had to do that. So I'm not putting Biden down personally. He's had his hands full and his plate full ever since he got this job. And whatever. It would be nice if we had somebody sharp and young that knew as much as he did about world things that I think he's kept us out of World War III. Maybe to run, because it might give people more energy if somebody more charismatic was running. But anyway, no, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that that's the reason that his numbers are low. His numbers are low because so many people are just so busy trying to keep food in their kids' mouth and a roof over their head. They have no idea what's really going on in politics. They don't have time to watch that stuff. And anyway, that's just opinions, and I just thought it was some of it's pretty obvious, but I guess if you're making millions of dollars on the corporate news and you've been making big money all your life like the guy he was interviewing, it's not like they can really identify with the people. So that's what I was thinking. But so anyway, let's find out. Is Trump going to use the documents as to get out of jail, like a ransom, to get out of jail free card? That I can't believe he's still got any of those documents. I can't believe they haven't went into Bedminster and that other place, that Durrell, and every place that he carried those around, because he didn't carry them around because they were his favorite pets and he had to feed them. He was carrying them around because he was trading them and selling them, especially at that golf tournament with the Saudis. So, and I think that was at Durrell, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think that was at Westminster. I'm pretty sure that's where they had that big deal. But so and they had, I heard a couple of different strings of news this week to say that they were thinking about that he took them there too, a bunch of stuff in boxes. So what was he doing with them there for the Saudi golf tournament? Selling them? But anyway, yeah. Well, does he really think this is going to be a get out of jail? Well, it says, will he use it for a get out of jail free card? I don't know how he could, unless he, like I said, threatened at the last minute. If you really do this all out, it's all coming out in the papers tomorrow. All these dirty secrets or whatever, classified documents. They're not like dirty secrets. All countries have them. All countries spy on other countries. All countries have them. But if he's just not threatening to publish it all or something, because he's batshit crazy, totally batshit crazy. So let's see if he really thinks that might be his get out of jail free card. Really quick, just on Trump. And I guess I'm going to have to do a short one and see if we can come up with a yes or no for that. Instead, I'm not going to do long term on him. It'll take off in 15, 20 different directions, as much trouble as he's in right now. So let's just do a short one and see if we can get this question answered. And this is him. This is his past. If you can't baffle him with bullshit, or dazzle him with brilliance, baffle him with bullshit. This is the look over here, look over there, squirrel, squirrel, avoiding everything. In the present, for the question I just asked, this looks like he's thinking he could get out of anything right now. This is his chariot, so he may think that. That may be one of his last jails. The challenge is he's terrified of Jack Smith. Look at this. Absolutely terrified. And they've got all the information they need to literally bury him. So they've got everything they need. I know we can't get any time in cards, but I'm going to pull one more and see if this is coming quickly. Well, we got the yes card for quickly, so that's great. That's great. So I asked if he thought this was going to work. Kinda. It's not like he hasn't thought of it. Look at this. And he also thought, yeah, that would get me out of anything if I threatened just to spill everything. But I think they're watching him too close, and they wouldn't let him get away with it, even though they know he's got all this stuff. I don't know who he would get to set it up or how he would do it. Probably Steve Bannon or something, who ought to have his ass in jail too. Who else would be running around with all the shit Steve Bannon's had brought up against him, except with Merrick Garland as Attorney General. But anyway, yeah, here's all the goods they got on him. And then I asked if this was going to be over soon, or I don't remember what the last. But anyway, I got the yes card. So yeah, this is going really fast. That's what it was. This is going to happen fast. This is going fast. So I thought that was a pretty good question. I like it when you guys send me in the comments when you ask questions, and if it's sometimes if I catch them at the right time, while I'm alert enough to write down, I'll write down the names and write it in there. And so don't forget, if anybody wants a reading, after about a week I got a lot of openings, and it's at lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And let me see what the next question on here. And this is from that gal Swift. Be nice if I had more light over here. It says, will Jared be in trouble. Will Jared be in trouble for the $2 billion that he got from the Saudis? He should be in trouble for that, because you don't just give somebody, not $1 million, that was billion. You don't just give somebody $2 billion for shits and giggles. So you know damn well he gave him some kind of information. And besides that, it looks like when you go back through the history of it that he also gave that king over there a lot of information on people in his own, that he had to have got from top secret documents, everybody in his own party that was against him, because that's when he arrested half of his family and killed some of them right after Jared partied with him all weekends. And so, but will they trace that $2 billion as something he sold or gave away or given to him? Is he gonna, let's not say trouble, is he gonna end up going to jail for this? Is he literally gonna go to the Hooskow for it before this is all over? These cards just got where they're shuffling good. And they're almost wore totally out, wouldn't you know it? That's the way cards are. When they're new, they never shuffle. So let's see. Is Jared going to go to jail for that $2 billion payoff? That's the best way to put this. Oh, Lordy. And that's also from Gail Swift there. She came up with that question. Top one is, not only him, we'll be lucky if the whole Trump family don't end up in jail. Even Ivanka might get snatched, or put on home arrest or something. Look at that. That's in the past. If we got justice, the whole damn family would be in jail. That's what that's saying. What's going on now is the bully's walking away. So who's the bully here? We're reading on Jared. I don't know. He doesn't look like much of a bully. Maybe this is Saudi saying that they're not giving him any more money, or they didn't get their share for no more than they got for what they gave all the Trumps. Could this be him walking away from his father-in-law, which we know he's done that. He's been trying to separate himself. But this doesn't say anything about jail. Well, the challenge is, dun, 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 here comes the DOJ or Jack Smith. This is the challenge. You definitely could go to jail for that from the looks of that. And we got the moon. So he could go to jail if all of his secrets were revealed. Is that what's going on? Is it secrets being revealed? I know this video, I stuck a different corner because I thought it would be more fun and it might change the energy, get the dust out of it. That's what I call it. But the only way I can make a video and look at the camera straight is to put a mirror up beside my iPad, and I noticed it's coming through on the mirror behind me, so this is probably going to be a weird looking video, even if the lighting ends up being good enough to see the cards. So anyway, here I am talking about the video inside of the deal, but we asked if he was going to jail. We'll be lucky if the whole family, they'll be lucky if the whole family ain't in jail before it's over, even the little kids. There's no little kids, but you know what I mean, the younger ones. This is him trying to separate away from his father-in-law. I don't think that's working out for him too good. This is the law really just starting to scare the hell out of him right now. This is him wondering how much to reveal or not to reveal. Whether to be honest and just tell everything and maybe help himself get out of there, or try to cover his ass. And the energy around that is, it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of difference what he says. They already got the goods on him. They got the goods on him. But this still doesn't answer, will he end up in jail? Well, we got a 10 of cups here. And well, for my political card, sometimes that's the Republican Party. I don't know. He might tell enough to keep could he possibly know enough to keep himself out of jail? I mean, they already know so much. What could he know that the rest of them don't know? Does he go in and just divulge all the family secrets? This could be what the energy around it, them knowing all the family secrets. So maybe they know all the family secrets already. So he could very well end up in jail because he doesn't have enough to keep him out of jail. They already know everything that's happened, so let's go back through here. We already did these twice. Anyway, we got maybe the whole family to go to jail. This is him trying to keep away from Donald Trump. This is Jack Smith coming after him. This is the secrets. He's thinking, well, if I told all these and really blabbed, but it doesn't make any difference because they already know all this stuff, and here's the... Definitely, he could end up in jail. So that's what the cards are saying. Will he be there very long? I'm going to cut him and just see if I draw a main arcana like I usually do. I knew if I cut those cards, I'd draw a main arcana. It happens every time I read for personal people. That's why there was that was the other thing I was going to talk about. I don't think I ever went into it at the front of this video, but my cards have been for three and a half months. Every time I cut them and look for a clarifier, or even when I draw a 10 card spread on somebody, 5 out of 6 of them or 6 out of 10 of them would be main arcanas. It's when it first started, I just thought it was kind of freaky, and then it got into my personal readings all the time, or when I'm doing them on And I thought there's going to be some big changes coming up. This is like saying, hey, there's something going on. So I was going to say something. I may have already said something in one of my videos. I never paid attention to what I said before, that there was some big changes coming up, that people were going to be thrown together. And the only thing, and they were going to start getting the law more because they were going to have to depend on each other. And that was a really scary thing to say. But now this week I've noticed all the other readers have been saying it. And I thought, well, you know, it's I don't want to scare anybody, because there's nothing you can do or anybody can do about this stuff. But I really feel like something's going to happen that's going to throw us all together. And I may have said this on my last video. I don't pay that much attention to them once I put them up or whatever. They're forgotten. But I just really think we're all in for a change, and we're going to have a lot more people in our life and around our life than we have right now. And it's like we're going to have to work together to survive. And so I don't know if that's going to be weather changes, or I don't know. I used to even think, well, is it going to be, you know, finding out we're not the only people in the universe and everybody deciding, God, I hope they wouldn't want to start a war against, you know, people that's probably been visiting us for years. But something's going to come up, happen, that's going to bring the people on Earth closer together. And I don't even think it's just in the United States. I think it's all over. So it could be to do with global warming and all these storms that are going to be coming in and stuff. But we're going to have to work together just to survive. And even in my head, when this stuff would come to me, I'd think, yeah, but that's a long ways off. Well, maybe it's not a long ways off. You know, it could be closer than we think, because I like to watch that Ryan Hall y'all weather. If anybody wants to know what's going on with the weather, especially if there's something big going on somewhere in the United States, go to YouTube to Ryan Hall y'all. That's the best. I mean, they not only tell you exactly what's going on and show you pictures of it, they have their own people out there troubleshooting it. So anyway, there's some horrible, horrible storms that are going to be coming in on the East Coast, hurricanes and stuff. And I just hope people pay attention and take cover. But anyway, I don't want to sound like gloom and doom, but I feel better just since I said it, but every time I cut these cards or maybe not every time, but 8 out of 10 times I cut for a clarifier and just cut into the cards, and I pull up a main arcana. And I don't know what the odds of that would be, but it's been going on for 4 months in my private readings. So the second question was, our third question was from her, and she wanted to know if Eileen Cannon is taking money, like taking money from Trump or the Federalist Society or something else, if she's already taken money for this. You know, she probably took money and whatever to get put in there and for some of the decisions they've made already. But if she wanted to know, I think, if she was taking money for this trial going on in Florida. So that's what we'll put it on. Is she taking money for this trial going on in Florida? And there's no sense to do a great big one on her either, just to find out for that. We'll just go across and see if we can get an answer from it. Good, I don't have to get on the floor and get those. I'm on a high stool. I'm an old lady. It takes me longer to get to the floor and get up than it does to do a video. So is she taking money already for this? Is she already getting payoffs for this? Well, Trump's promising her she might be a Supreme Court judge, like he's going to get in there again. He's not. Don't worry. That's the last thing we have to worry about, is him getting into office. He is not getting into office again. That's one thing we don't have to worry about. But who wants to put up with this shit show for another year and a half? I don't. Put his ass in jail and take his media away from him, and then keep taking him to trial and then put him in jail for good. That's what they do to us. You know damn well they would. Just because he's running for president, big effing deal. Anyway, doesn't make any sense to me. Especially since he started running a year ago just to stay out of jail. Good Lord. Okay, so what was the question? I forgot already. Cannon. She's taking money for this. She sure took a lot of money, a lot of payoffs or whatever to get where she's at and to do. She already took money for this to start with when she was trying to hold it up. But now that she's back on there in the present, she's definitely helping her friends, people around her. Looks like she's being careful. She knows everybody's really watching her. So she's kind of trying to play by the rules. For right now, anyway. The challenge is she's just being watched. This is Smith. And he's the winner and he's watching her. So this still isn't answering if she's taking money. We got the devil. That's kind of a yes that she's taken it in the past and knows that she's going to get rewarded some way. Getting rewarded some way would be the same, but I think she actually wanted to know if they were putting money in accounts overseas for her or something. You know, she may be doing something wrong. Whether she's getting physically paid money for it or not, I'm going to draw a clarifier over this, but it looks like she's not going to finish this trial by these cards. It looks like she's going away. Looks like she's going to have to give this up. Why? Well, this is like the Attorney General's office even coming after. That could be Jack Smith. I mean, he works for him. She may just not be doing the paperwork right or something. It might be so obvious that she has no choice. What's going on? Justice is going on. So she may have to leave anyway. That's what I'm thinking. That's what these look like. I'm going to cut these and just see. I'm happy that I didn't draw. So used to cutting them and drawing a clarifier that's a main arcana. Well, this ain't a main arcana, but this is money coming in. This is like payments coming in, money going into an account or something. From overseas. I thought that was kind of a silly question when she said from overseas. I mean, not silly, but, you know, was she getting money put in a foreign bank account? So I'm going to draw one more. It looks like she definitely could be getting it. But if she is, she's got justice right on top of it, right behind it. Is she going to get in? What's going on? Are they going to find out? Yeah, she's going to be losing sleep over it. And the whole world's going to find out. So anyway, let's go back through these. Yeah, there was payoffs and everything going on before or whatever. Maybe that's when they set up an account for her, when she started delaying this trial to start with about the paperwork and who could see it and all that bullshit before she even got picked as this judge. She's trying to make everything look like it's on the up and up. But Jack Smith's really coming after her. If she even looks crooked. And I think she does look crooked because this is her leaving this case. Because of the DOJ, because of justice. There has been some steady money going into an account somewhere overseas for her, and she's actually worried that somebody else is going to find it now, and the world's going to find out about it. So that's what's going on there. So it looks like that would be a yes from the cards. That's not coming from me, but that's coming from the cards. The cards are saying yes, she is, and taking money, and was promised to have steady money coming in, like monthly or yearly or something. That was steady money coming in. Oh, well, Jack Smith filed a lawsuit in New Jersey, Bedminster Durrell Golf Club. Well, it's not the same one. That's two different ones. Maybe in both of them. Well, I think it was Durrell is where that big deal was with the Saudis. Let's ask about that. Will he file a lawsuit for what's been going on at Durrell? I don't think Durrell's in New Jersey though. I don't think it's in Florida either. Might be. I don't know. Let's ask about Durrell first. Will he file a lawsuit for what's going on in Durrell? Yes. So we got a yes for that. So I'm going to stick this justice card back in here and shuffle them a couple more times. And we're going to ask about Bedminster. God, I'm so glad to be doing this. I know I need to do something like this. It's like putting off housework almost. It's not like work. I love doing it once I start. This is feeling so good. I want to thank everybody that's watching. So, Bedminster. Is he going to file a lawsuit over that? And I think that's in a... Anyway, you guys know where it's at. It's not in Florida. New Jersey. It's Durrell. I'm not for sure where it's located. I was thinking it was located in Florida too. I don't know. So, they're looking at it. They're looking at it, taking deep looks at it. And this is for Bedminster. I'm going to cut them and see it. Told you. I've had main arcana on the top when I cut, and I just cut them again and drew the Empress. So I would say maybe even find evidence of something to do with Russia. I got to cut one more time. There must be some important stuff put out there. This is in Bedminster. And that could be whatever's in that coffin, because I don't think it's Ivana. I think she's sitting on her daughter's mantle in a really beautiful vase or something. Or in a family place where they, whatever, they got a lot of money. Somewhere where she can go visit, where that's made, set up for putting ashes and stuff. But I don't think she's in that grave. So this is Bedminster. Well, look at this. I'm not surprised. This is the kind of stuff I was talking about. I've just shuffled these cards 3 times and cut them and drew one and got a main arcana each time. So whatever's in there, we're going to find out about it for sure. We are going to find out. I didn't think they'd have the balls or the nerve, especially as long as Garland is in there, to actually look in there. But I think, by God, I think they're going to look in there. And I think the whole world's going to find out what's in there. So that's about all I can say with those 3 cards. I don't know how much more you could say. You got secrets being revealed, the light shined on it, something to do with Russia, and everybody's going to know. Maybe it's Putin that's going to tell everybody that he's got more stuff buried in there. Go look there. Who knows? That could be the connection there. It could be that silly. The way the cards work and the way my guides are there. Like I said, they're the ones that's having me draw all these main arcanas. I think they're just trying to show me they're helping. And boy, are they helpers. They've been doing this for all. When I read for people during the day, they can't believe that I'm so shocked because I'm just... And then pretty soon I get so used to pulling them that I'm surprised if I don't pull one. So what's the next one? Something about that tournament that was held for that LIV Golf tournament. Let me see. Oh, well, did they have proof that there was documents being passed around at that LIV Golf tournament? Because, he took his documents there with him from what it says. So were they being passed around? So did documents change hands at that LIV Golf tournament? Did documents change hands at that LIV Golf tournament? I got a new blouse. It's kind of warm, but it's kind of my kind of blouse. So, did top secret documents change hands at that LIV Golf tournament? Was stuff given to the Saudis at that LIV Golf tournament? That's what we're asking. Was papers given, secrets given out to the Saudis, sold to the Saudis? He didn't give them to them at that golf tournament. Well, looks like some money exchanged hands. Somebody got paid something at that golf tournament. This is in the present. They're still getting money. There was a lot of money that changed hands. Maybe that was part of the deal of that Trump, that $2 billion. Maybe that was already on the book. I mean, he knew he had all those documents. Maybe that was part of the deal for the $2 million Jared got. Or not million, billion. Yes. So this answers the question right there. Yes, it did change hands. Do they know it? I really think I should have... I got yes. I got yeah, there was money changed hands, and then I got there was a whole lot of money put back for that. Steady money being put somewhere. And then we got the yes card. And then I drew one more. This is some offer. Maybe this coincides with the first question I asked. Is he really going to try to use these documents to try to get out of jail? It was not going to do him any good. They already know what's going on both sides. Look at this. They know so much more than he thinks they know already. And main arcana, another main arcana. They're strong. They got it. They got all the paperwork, bookwork, and good things. It looks like, well, he's going to be in jail anyway. But I was going to say, it looks like this is somebody without a pot to piss in or toilet paper to wipe with. So that could be Trump when this is all over. Anyway, I don't know why he's so broke. This is him being broke. I guess, well, he spent millions and millions on stupid lawsuits that hadn't got him anywhere, but in trouble and cost him more money. That could be part of it. Who knows? But I would say definitely there was money changed hands and maybe still changing hands for that. And it could be connected into the money that Jared took. And let me see what we got on this side. The only way I could see them, because I keep getting asked this over and over again too, will they ever actually exhume that coffin and check to see what's in there? It's not like there's a dead body in there. We know that. I mean, even if there was ashes in there, that's not like a dead body. It's like, is there a mole? Somebody wanted to know if the DOJ already has, if they have somebody that's already told them what's in there. So has the DOJ, how is the best way to ask this? Does the DOJ know for sure what's in or not in that grave at Westminster that happened at such a convenient time for Donald Trump when he had all of his crap down there? Everybody keeps asking this. I know it sounds like a broken record. I don't want to read on it all the time, but I get so many requests for it. So this is looking at it from a different angle. They want to know if there's a mole or a whistleblower, and they already know exactly what's in there, and that's what they're going for next. Let's just see if we can get a yes or no, because that could be just what breaks this thing wide open. He thinks he's so smart. I cut him and pulled a yes card, but I'm going to take 4. I'm going to put them back together. I'm going to put them back together. Is there a whistleblower? Do they know already what's in there? And are they going to exhume it? This is part of it. Are they going to look in there because they already know? That's the only way I can see that they'd even try that, to really know what's in there already. And that looked like definitely yes. Let's see. Do they know? Jail card. Somebody's going to jail for it. An offer. Somebody's offering somebody something. And the president. The bully walking away. This is everybody deserting Trump. That card's coming up all the time now. 8 or more indictments coming really fast. DOJ. They know they got a lot of information already. I know, you keep hearing about them talking to all these people. They've got tons of information. Look at this. This is America coming out. This is America winning. This is the DOJ winning. So there could be a spy in the camp, definitely. And he made an offer to them to stay out of trouble. And these are all the indictments coming, and maybe that's also search warrants. It could be search warrants at Durrell and in Bedminster. I want to always call it Westminster. And this is the DOJ, and this is America coming out ahead. So I think we're going to get that answered with the world card on the other one and this on this one. So there's 2 Mark Rhodes happening. Help me with some of these. We're pushing this into the ground, but this is wanting to know if Yvonne is on Ivanka's mantle. Is she in a base on the mantle or not? Should I read on that? It seems kind of petty, but I got a feeling that's where she's at. That her daughter's got her somewhere. I don't think I'll even read on it. I'm going to say, as far as I'm sure she is. I might draw one card, and if it's a yes card, I'll let you know. Or if it's mediocre, I'll let you know. But I didn't want to waste. This seems really petty, but at the same time, every time I think of this, my guides show me that she's in a beautiful vase or something, in a mausoleum, or either on her daughter's mantle or something. So what was the question? Is she there? Yes or no? Somebody's sad. Fortune and faith. Is this Ivanka? Is her world getting ready to really change? Is there anything in these cards except main arcanas, no matter where I draw from? I'm going to quit. This is ridiculous. I asked if she was on her daughter's fireplace or whatever, or in a mausoleum or something, and I got somebody's losing sleep about this. Maybe they're worrying about how much trouble their dad could be in if they do find documents in there, if they do exhume this and there's secrets with Russia in there. Because this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a turn of faith for them. And the turn of faith is the Tower. And what's behind the turn of faith is the law. DOJ, Smith, this is big law, government law. And the people, I drew one more card and got the Happy Democratic Party. So I don't know what to tell you, folks. I had two more things to read on. I had people want to know if MTG or Jim Jordan or Ron DeSantis should be Ron DeSantis' wife is going to jail. But maybe let's read on MTG and then Jim Jordan real quick. A quick read like I was doing, a blitz or whatever you want to call it, where you don't do the whole tree, but you just draw like I've been doing this reading tonight. And maybe you guys could let me know if you like this better, where I'm not drawing so many cards on one subject. I didn't sit down to do it this way. I just have to follow what my guides have me do once I sit down. So, is MTG going to be arrested? Simple as that. Is she going to end up getting arrested? I think she was at that meeting at the White House when they were all screaming and yelling and running around there and right in the middle of that shit. Is she getting arrested? Looks like she's upset about something at the current time outside of being an asshole. If she's sure she's getting arrested, she'll be talking her frickin' head off. Look at this. She'll be trying to make a deal. But I asked if she was getting arrested. We got the King of Pentacles coming after her. This is the Chariot. Something's coming her way. Her life is changing as she knows it. This is the challenge, the Wheel of Fortune. And this is interesting. Jail card in the future. She may not go to jail immediately, but she's going. Look at this. We got her trying to make a deal like crazy, something going forward really fastly. Her whole perception of life, her job, career changing. And then we got the jail card. So I would say that would be a yes. that she's going to jail. No wonder they're all screaming and yelling and turning cartwheels on the House floor and running their mouth about Hunter Biden, who's not even in government. It has nothing to do with it. That is so stupid. Anyway, it's stupid that people are even listening. It's really stupid that the news media is talking about it. I wouldn't even talk about it. Okay, and then let's go to Jim Jordan. Is he going? Jim Jordan. Hot-headed mother up, and I'm going to be nice. Asshole. Jim Jordan, are you going to jail? He's definitely been getting paid for a long time. This is in the past. He's been having money come to him for a long time. Paid probably just to disrupt things and raise hell and a lot of the stuff going on when they were trying to steal the election. He thinks that he's strong in the present. For some reason, he still thinks he's going to scoot out of this some way. He's got the strength card in the present, and there's nothing strong about him except hollering like a banshee asshole. The challenge is it. I hate to keep bringing Russia back into this, but they might be involved with some of his past dealings, some of what, well, you know that they're involved in trying to divide us and run us against each other. That's the fascist play to break down the world. You can't take people apart unless you break them up and get them fighting among each other. So, but it's something to do with Russia. I asked if he was going to jail. Yes. He's going up the river to jail. Won't do him any good to take the high ground. 3 or more years. Not very long. Got him out of Congress. That would be worth it. Got him out of the House. And this stuff's going to start happening quick. That's why they're hollering so loud. This is the King of Pentacles, but this is also the Chariot. This is going forward quickly. I use it just like the Chariot in the deck. He's in deep shit already, and he knows it. Because he's been in cahoots with, and we got the Russia card up here right above it, because he's been in cahoots. He's been selling us out for a long time. And I guess somebody knows that. We're going to find out about it. Drew the lovers and then drew a justice on top of it. So yeah, he's been on the take for a long time. He's always thought if he just yelled and screamed and acted like an asshole that he didn't have to worry about nothing. This is stuff about him and Russia coming out. This is him getting sent up the river. This is him trying to take the high ground about it, but it doesn't do any good. He gets at least 3 or more years, and it's going to happen quicker than we think it is. And he, on some level, he's worrying about this already, for all the bad deals he's made with Russia, I would say, because this card here came out right under the Russia card, and then we got justice on his ass. So I would say he's definitely going to get caught up in this. It couldn't happen to a nicer person, and I think I just read on him. It seems like last time I read, but it's been over 2 weeks ago, and you know how quick things change. So I hope I hit on some things that was a little bit interesting. Now, I don't know, there's so much going on out there, but I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope I got the lighting where you can even see me. It looks like you can see me on my iPad, but it's pretty dark where I keep looking up in the mirror because my camera's up in the corner of my iPad, and if I look at my iPad, it looks like I'm looking off across the room. So I have to make sure that I'm not watching myself. Not the, whatever, not the funnest thing to do at my age, but I want to be able to look in the right place so you guys know I'm trying to tune in with you. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, if you're still watching, and just love doing this, and namaste.